So, where we left last time, you just killed all the kobolds with the help of Sir Herold Moore and his soldiers. It's getting to be very, very early in the morning now. Sir Moore says, "Thank you, my friends, for helping us. That was unexpected. A shame we did not see them during the day. I am told that kobolds do not see well in the daylight. Odd that we've never seen a party of kobolds that large before."
Can we ask about if they know where the kobolds camp is?
He has no idea. He says that note you found is the first we've heard of it. He says we're going to be looking around for it, but he says we really have no idea.
Is this the first time that? Well, how often do kobolds attack?
We've never seen them down south. We've heard they had trouble up north with them, but we've never seen them down here before.
Can we ask them if they want to travel with us on to the town?
Well, they said we still have some business here, but we do plan on going to Ashter in a couple of days. If you're still there, we'll meet you then.
I don't have any more questions. If you guys as a party are ready to move on. Riz?
Already the cost.
I think we're good to move on.
All right. Before you leave, Sir Moore beckons to Philip. Before you leave, here, and he hands you a token. I'm putting this in your inventory. He hands you a small token, a rather large metal coin in the shape of a shield, white with gold trim. He says, this has no value as a coin, but it shows you and your friends have been of service to the Kingsguard. Please do not lose it. It may aid your party if you ever have dealings with Kingsguard. He sort of gave it to Philip because Philip is a knight, more or less like Herold Moore is. So are you guys departing?
Yes, I think.
Can I ask if they have any arrows I could get from them for safe
Sure.
travels?
Yeah, you guys can load up on arrows. You can load yourself back up. They have plenty. Arrows, crossbow bolts, things like that, they have lots of.
Actions. So go ahead, Philip, back up to 20.
Yeah, go ahead and, fill them back up to 20.
While we're on the road, if the party can open their notes, I'm going to make a note visible to public.
That's the notes tab over on the right with the feather, the far right.
Okay, so my character is seeing visions in certain nights, not every night, but he gets visions. And I was wondering if anyone in the party would be able to help decipher the visions, because I think they're quite important to our mission. So I've made the first one visible.
That will probably be very interesting to, I would say, Proud particularly.
Your visions are very interesting, Lord. My elder council were having visions as well, similar to these.
That's right. I had forgotten that. That's right.
Yeah, I read over it. It doesn't make much feel like it's something to look out for on our trip, especially cast as a place that I need to go, but I'm not sure why.
What makes Ashter so important? Reading from this note, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Dwight, is there any possibility that we can make any kind of help us maybe decipher it or give us any clue on it?
Probably not. There's probably not a lot of insight at this point. It's just interesting to note. Lord Riz was sent here, by the way, by his elders, who also had visions and different visions that they deciphered to be something about a town called Ashter on the Isle of Ashter. Something horrible.
Proud, did you have similar visions?
No, I don't have visions. I have prayers that come.
Ooh. Sometimes her prayers are answered. For the first time since you have started south, the road is moving farther away from the shoreline. It's curving east and around the edge of the eastern range.
Dwight, is there any possibility I can keep Hawkeye 60 paces ahead?
You want to keep the hawk
cases.
60 paces ahead? Is that what you're saying?
Scouting, yes.
Yeah, 60 feet. Yes, you can.
All right, I'd like to do that.
The scout does see something. There's a man on a horse riding toward you.
We take
Is
position.
it just like is it just like a man? Is it like a guard?
Well, what Lord Riz sees is some man on a horse. It's kind of hard to see. He's not wearing guard uniforms. He looks like he's wearing traveling clothes. Lone man on a horse headed in your direction.
Doesn't sound like a threat to me.
I feel like we
Doesn't
stay
sound
the
like a
course.
threat.
It doesn't sound like a threat, but I think we should have our weapons like nearby us to where if he does attack us, we're ready.
Well, before long, you can see him yourself. The hawk saw him first, but he never noticed the hawk because the hawk is a rather normal creature. But you see him riding toward you. He doesn't seem alarmed. Go ahead.
Just a note for the party. When I'm using my hawk, I can't do anything as a person, as a character. So just...
He can see through his hawk's eyes, but when he does so, he can't see through his own.
So what happens when he like switches back? When you're not using the hawk, then where's the hawk go?
Do you want me to explain it, or do you want me to explain it?
Yes, please.
He has a mental rapport with his hawk. His hawk will obey even his mental commands, whether he's looking through its eyes or not. So he can tell the hawk to fly out ahead or come back without saying anything out loud. He has sort of a mental connection to his familiar where it will obey his commands. It will also act on its own, especially if it's frightened or something like that. He doesn't control it like a puppet, but he can give it commands and tell it to do things. Like I said, it does have a mind of its own. But when he wants to, he can go into sort of a trance, and he can see through the hawk's eyes. But he can't. He's not aware of his own surroundings when he's doing that. Does that make any sense?
A little bit, yeah. Very brand-like.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes. very much like that. If you guys are Game of Thrones fans, very much like that. So anyway, the man does not change pace of his horse or anything else, and he's sort of riding over to the right side of the road as if he's just going to pass by you going the other way.
I would like to hail him, say hi.
Yeah.
He nods and says, "Ho there."
Can we ask him where he's coming from?
From Castor.
Oh, can we ask him what's going on?
Does he know
in
anything
Castor?
about...
Well, he says, "I'm bringing news from Castor back to the king." Because I'm a messenger. We come here about once. He says, once a month I make the rounds to different cities and bring messages from Castor back to the king.
Has he heard anything about the fisherman's story?
No, I haven't. Well, I've heard the fishing was particularly good this season. That was some positive news.
Can you tell? We just came from the tower. We helped the Knight's Guard.
He says, "I'm going to stop there and say hi on my way in and see if Sir Herold Moore has any news for the king." He says, "That's my next stop."
Well, what news have you heard?
That's something I really can't share. Most of it's pretty mundane stuff. It's, the finances of what's going on, how the fishing season is going, any threats or anything like that. But, that's sort of king's ears only kind of thing. I can't share that with strangers on the road.
I look at Philip and wink. Show him the coin, Philip.
Okay. Well, how do I do that? Can I just tell you to do that?
You could show him the coin. He doesn't recognize what it is.
It's for the Knight's Guard.
Yeah, he's not a
or
Kingsguard. He has no idea what the coin is. That coin you're carrying, Philip, is rare. Not many people have that.
Okay.
You and your whole party has made an impression on Herold Moore, so you have something that's rare. It'll be recognized by Kingsguard, but hardly anyone else.
Can we offer this gentleman a bribe to maybe get some news?
Now, I want you to think about what you just said and who it is you're talking to. He's a messenger for the king of Ashter.
Oh, so he sounds like a cheap buy for me.
You want to bribe him?
No, probably not. It's not in character.
It's up to you. I'm not sure Philip would do that.
No.
Let's remember what the cup said. If the DM says to us, "Are you sure?" we should really not do it.
I had to be careful about saying that. I thought that cup. I want one of those cups. I thought that was great. No, he seems happy enough. I mean, he doesn't want to share the private news, but he doesn't look concerned or anything. He's not rushing along the road.
Can we ask him if he's seen the ships that were heading towards the fishing village?
There are ships heading toward Minnow? I assume you've mentioned Minnow. Go, no, I haven't heard of that. He says, but I've been on the road for the last week. I came from Cloven Hill all the way down here to Caster, and now I'm starting to work my way back toward New Ashter.
Can we ask him if he's heard anything of the camp that was mentioned in the note?
A camp of kobolds? He goes, no. He says, I have heard word of some kobold activity. This is kind of dubious information here in the south, but no, I don't know anything about a camp.
What was the name on that note? Anybody remember that? Hold on.
Didn't we save it?
Ask him if he's heard of a Feckin.
No. He says, that sounds like a strange name. No. He looks at you and sort of winks, and he says, you should talk to Harlin when you get to Caster.
Okay. I was going to ask if he's heard any tales of you going.
He says nothing of import that I can really share. No, nothing of importance that I'm aware of going on. He says, talk to Harlan when you get to Caster. He sort of gives you a sort of a wink, as if he's told you something maybe he shouldn't have told you.
Can you tell us where to find Harlan and Caster?
Oh, you can't miss Harlan if you go to Caster. He kind of laughs. He says, you can't miss him.
I think someone should save the name so we remember when we get to Caster.
All right.
He says, I've got to be on my way. Good day to you.
Watch out for bandits along the road, sir.
Oh, he goes, I will. He says, fortunately, I have a very fast horse. King Maven gave me one of the fastest horses in the stables. He says, they could rarely catch me.
Good day, sir.
The horse he's riding does look awfully nice. It's a nice looking horse. In the afternoon, the road starts following along the banks of a small river. In the afternoon. It's now late in the afternoon. What? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was trying to check that my hawk is still.
Oh, it's now late in the afternoon, and you can see the road leading into a town on the outer banks.
Can we hit Caster before nighttime? Or the town ahead of us?
Late afternoon. Just a moment.
Maybe we should spend the night here. We're actually at Caster.
Yep, you're coming into Caster now. Stand by. As you approach the main street of Caster, you can see a large man looking in your direction from a balcony in a small wooden tower with a bell suspended from its pointed roof. He gazes in your direction a while and then disappears downward. Soon you see him again coming out of the building and striding into the middle of the street to meet you.
That's Harlan.
I call
Welcome,
my bird back.
he calls out, welcome, my friends, to Castor. We're a peaceful village, and as long as you're not here to cause trouble, you are quite welcome. He meets you in the middle of the cross street.
We introduce ourselves.
He puffs out his chest and says, I am Harlin Peetsome, mayor and king's magistrate of Castor. His chest falls and he chuckles. He says, I also take out the garbage and serve tea to any of the locals that have time, and I assist the fishermen in seeing their boats off, help them when they return. Not a lot of work for a mayor or magistrate in this town. Oh, and I'm often found at the Fishtail's Inn for a pint or two, or three if the occasion fits. He laughs. This is a picture of Harlin.
Tell him that, can we tell them that we saw a messenger in the road that said to come and talk to him?
Really? He told you to talk to me? Yeah, he just left here a little while ago. I sent him with messages and, stuff for the king, and he delivered my stipend.
Your stipend? He was telling us some interesting stories. We thought maybe you could elaborate on some of that, Harlin.
He says, we can talk over a pint if you like. I'll tell you anything you want to know about myself and Castor. We don't get too many visitors that are not merchants. If you follow me to the Fishtail's Inn, I will buy.
Let's follow him.
Definitely.
I'll always accept a free drink from someone.
Yep.
100%.
He heads on his way south. You can, if you scroll the map down, you'll see down here, building number 1 down at the bottom is the Fishtail's Inn.
We don't question when people buy us drinks.
All right, just a moment here. So you're figure out where we're at. Here we go. This, I'm going to go ahead and show you the whole map. This is the Fishtail's Inn. There's plenty of room for your cart in the stables. The party comes to an inn. Number 1, very old and worn, but serviceable. There's a stable to the right side that has a few stalls for horses and 2 in the back that are quite large enough for your wagon and mules. There's fresh hay and even a barrel of apples and carrots and such for the animals. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on the map. I need to, just a moment, I need to delete these guys off the combat tracker that are no longer there. I'm not going to put the characters since I'm not going to put some of the other characters in unless I need to. Your hawk will probably stay with the wagon, but that's up to you.
Yeah, no, you can stay with the wagon.
Yeah, Harlin comes in. He tosses. You're going to see a man named Piter. Piter doesn't look it, but is actually a pretty good proprietor for this rundown inn. Here's Piter. His fish is fresh, his ale is passable, and his rooms are old and the building is ramshackle, but the sheets are clean and the place is swept up regularly by Betsy, his helpful serving wench. This is Betsy, who's serving drinks and keeps the place tidy. Harlin tosses Piter a couple of gold pieces, which is quite a lot of money if you think about it, and he says, the drinks are on me tonight, Piter. Piter grins and starts pouring mugs of ale.
I would like to.
Now, somebody asked Piter about his stipend. Somebody said stipend.
Yeah, I did.
He says, I'm given a modest stipend for magistrate of Castor, enough to hire a couple of lads to help me. But there's so little to do, I don't. I just spread the money around town instead. I purchase meals for some of the poorer fishermen, and I buy drinks for locals and guests and help those in need. Better for them, and for me, and for you right now. Piter pipes up and says, and for me, too. You see, as he fills another mug.
Can we ask him if he's heard anything about the kobolds in the area?
Kobolds! hang on just a minute. Let me back up here one. Hang on just a minute. I need to change the sound and several other things. I've gotten a little behind myself. I still have the wagon going. Kobolds. Harlan says, I did see them, 2 of them, a few days ago in the wormwood beyond the cemetery. But I can't seem to get any of the locals to believe me. But I saw one flying, and I gave chase to the other one, but it got away from me in the woods.
Does the word feckin mean anything to you?
Feckin? No.
Or the Lagrat?
Lagrat? No, those are weird sounding names. I've never heard of names like those.
Can we ask them what direction they fled?
Yeah, they were past the cemetery, the north of town. He says, the wormwood. He says, I saw him in the wormwood. He goes, that's what the locals call the woods north of town. In the soft ground, you can find lots of worms. Very good for line fishing. While you're talking to Harlan, 2 or 3 fishermen come walking in the door. They grin from ear to ear when they find out the drinks are on the house tonight. Well, they're on Harlan. Harlan gave Piter enough gold for a whole bunch of drinks for a lot of people.
Where are the fishermen sitting?
In the tables behind you back here. There's one here. I'll put a little circle. There's one sitting here. There's one sitting here. There's another one who sat over here. Piter brings them mugs, or actually Betsy brings them some of the mugs that Piter's pouring back there. Piter's grinning from ear to ear, happy to heck as to get a couple of gold pieces. That's more than he usually makes in a night.
Okay, I'm gonna move over to the table with the fisherman. I want to ask him if he's heard the story we got told when we arrived on the island.
Oh yeah, you're talking about old. He says you're talking about old Pete. Yeah, I think he got touched by the sun.
Well, he struck up.
Told that boy he should have wore a hat. Moved off, I guess. Moved away.
Okay.
Can we ask what happened to the king's wife? If they know what happened to her?
Well, we've heard stories from that happened a year or 2 ago. That, yeah, she passed away. She got very ill very quickly and died.
Any rumors of what killed her?
No idea. We assume some sickness or other. It's not as deadly as the tale of the king's brother, though. A few years earlier. Oh, that was a terrible tale.
Do tell.
Oh, his brother went off on a mission up to the north, and was waylaid by some bandits, and he was killed. And when they came to tell his poor wife the sad news, his wife and all of her children were found dead in their rooms. They beefed up security after that in New Ashter. King Maven and his family are all that's left of the Barstow family.
Who would have killed them? Any suspects?
We have no idea. We couldn't imagine who would want to do that. It was quite a ruckus. That was several years ago. His wife died of an illness, this last year. Fisherman talks about a fantastic fish he caught today, twice the size of the usual catch, but alas, it broke through the nets and got away. Everybody laughs.
We asked them if they've seen any ships today.
Harlan, no, we haven't. Harlan leans over and says, we hear that story every single day. It's amazing how the really big ones always get away. No, they haven't seen any ships. Of course, their boats are just little rowboats. They just boat around here. Harlan tells the story of chasing a couple of kobolds off that were sniffing around the river last week. Everybody laughs. A fisherman leans over and says, "It's funny how the monsters always seem to get away from him." Harlin shakes his head. "I'm serious," but none of the fishermen believe him. They just pat him on the back and chuckle.
What other monsters has Harlan seen?
None. He says we're just a fishing village. I mean, we've had years ago we had some trouble with orcs. You know, I hear stories from my predecessor about a bunch of bandits in the mountains, but those are almost folk tales now. We've seen, there's been a couple of goblins in the woods and so forth. The fishermen don't go into the world alone, but there hasn't been a whole lot. But kobolds is unusual. He says, now we know that there have been bands of kobolds far to the north near Cloven Hill, but never down here. Goes on into the evening, but not much real information is discussed. Mostly ever-increasing boasts of ones that got away.
So, Harlem, what other news did you send to the king?
Oh, Jesus, just any local stuff, any births and deaths, and I mentioned the fisherman that moved away, but I didn't tell him why. Nobody here believes him, and to tell you the truth, it's kind of a fantastic story. I think maybe he was touched by the song.
Messenger seemed to be in an awful big hurry for not having much news.
Really? He didn't seem in a hurry when he left.
Is there anyone else in the room?
Just the bartender, Piter, the serving wench, Betsy, and 3 fishermen.
Okay, because I'm keeping my eye out for the girl in the visions.
Yes. That would be a very young girl. When the fishermen finally head home, and Harlan also bids the party goodnight, and he heads back to the magistrate office in his quarters. Piter wants to know if you guys want a room for the night.
Definitely.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
2 silver pieces a person. He says you can pick whatever room or rooms you want. He goes, I warn you though, if you don't fill up all the beds, you never know who might be in the room with you.
I thought Harlem said he was going to pick up our tab, right, guys?
He picked up your tab for the beer,
Oh.
for the ale. But
We
then
have
it'd be
silver pieces.
Yeah, silver pieces,
Yeah.
nothing. That's minor stuff. I could take it out of the party.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of it, since there are 4 of us, we should take two bedrooms so that
That's
we
an
eat
excellent
together.
idea. I've removed the silver pieces from the party. Nobody wants to be in a room with Philip. Is that what I'm saying?
That's not how I was taking it, but okay.
All right. Now, some comments I've had about this map is people have asked me what that room is south of the tub. I'll bet somebody can guess.
Looks like a stove to me. Or no, that's a shitter.
That looks like
That's a toilet
Yeah.
with 2 places to sit. All right. It gets on into the evening. Hang on. We've got a few things to take care of.
I was going to ask, do we need to actually feed the animals or do they feed themselves?
Oh, Betsy will take care of that.
Okay. I guess we should have asked somebody. We could probably try to pawn off that cursed dagger unless we want to keep her for some reason.
That's probably true. Tell me when you finish reading that, Riz.
I will do it. I'm giving it to everyone at the same time.
Well, not everybody's in the room with you. You hear that you see that in the middle of the night.
No, I understand. I'm putting it in the note. And the note's public, so.
In the distance, there's an alarm bell ringing.
Uh-oh.
This is about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Can we get up and ask what's going on?
Yes. You guys heading out to the main room?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a moment. As the party awakens and comes to the common room, Piter is grumbling. Darn kids must have gotten a hold of the alarm bell.
Maybe we should go investigate.
After checking the other rooms, Piter goes to the front door with his serving wench Betsy behind him. Careful, Piter, she says. He scoffs and opens the door and quickly steps outside. Piter quickly re-enters, as white as a sheet. I wouldn't go out there for any money. Betsy, to the cellar. Piter and Betsy proceed
I
immediately.
use my hawk.
Just a moment. Let me finish this. Piter and Betsy proceed immediately to the kitchen and down into the beer cellar. You can see the stairs in the kitchen. You can hear him telling Betsy as he climbs down the ladder, "Spooks, I tell you. It's bad out there."
Spooks.
So you're going to look through your hawk's eyes?
Yes, I want to see what's outside.
It's foggy. It's hard to see anything, even for the hawk. It's foggy outside.
Can we hear anything? Any sound?
Not yet.
So do we want...
Guys, I think maybe we should go outside with our attack formation.
Definitely.
Go ahead and guys step yourselves just outside the door, put yourself in position, and then I'm going to lock movement once you get yourself in position that you want to be in.
Okay, so guys, let's go into our format. What was it again? We had it on our...
Well, here, why don't I put you here, and that'll be because you just stepped out the door.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm gonna lock the tokens.
Do we have our weapons or on the cart?
You have your weapons.
Okay.
It is very foggy. Stand by.
Still, or is it morning?
It is
Okay.
very early. There's no sun up yet.
Oh, sorry.
In the fog, you can see a skeleton, an animated skeleton in front of you. Move Hawkeye. If you have moved Hawk, if you want to move him, now's the time to do it before we start rolling initiative.
I'm just gonna put him up here, but this will be sitting on the roof, if you understand.
Okay. Yes, I understand.
All right. It's not inside the building.
Oops. You moved the. That's okay.
The cart was on the roof, guys. Something's going on.
Okay, so he's up there on the roof, but it's very foggy and difficult to see. When he moved up there,
I just want him to keep an eye out.
as he was flying out the window, you also saw this. As he was flying out the door, there was a second one. All right, you guys, it's time to roll initiative.
Hell yeah, natural 20.
I got a 13.
Yep, you don't have to roll initiative in the tower. That's all right. It's okay that you did. But
What? I got last?
actually,
Well, other than
you could roll
skeleton.
it. I wouldn't even. You're probably not going to fight with the hawk, so you don't have to roll that initiative.
Yeah, I'm not going to. It's basically
Roland.
there just to spot something else if it can.
Well, I'm assuming my arrows aren't going to be very effective against skeletons. What kind of penalty do you think am I taking? Am I allowed to know? Probably not, huh?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Do I have line of sight or do I need to move around, Philip?
It would be easier if you moved around, Philip. I'd put a negative if you attacked from that position with a bow.
Hey, guys, you're going to... Can we see the skeleton's initiative? We can't we? Oh, yeah, we do. I see. Oh, it moves next. Crap. Okay.
Skeleton 1 in the barn moves next. That 11 doesn't move till a while.
Will one of you move up on that skeleton?
Okay, guys, I think maybe our best option is to get a session set up. We're all in a bit of a...
All right, Roland moves to there.
Roland, is that your final move? Is it done? I was thinking, if you can, why don't you climb up the tree? Aren't you brilliant from trees?
But with the fog, will he be able to see the actual...
Yeah.
What's my penalty?
Well, it depends on what you want to do. Tell me what you want to do,
I mean, the tree's a
and I'll tell you what effect.
the tree's a good idea.
That tree is not very big.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna shoot my arrow because the only other weapon I have is a dagger.
All right, so target that skeleton. You remember how? Control.
think
There
so.
you go. You've got number 11 targeted.
Get to my. Oh wait, I think I have it down here. Oh no, yeah, longbow. Oh wait,
I'll be right back.
that's damage, isn't it? Sorry, hold on.
Yeah, I'll be right back. We'll see like a
Very
minute
good.
or two.
Okay,
I should be back by my turn.
that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go.
You guys enjoying the sound? I love this.
Sounds like he's eating somebody.
It does.
I do have a short sword.
I
Yeah.
just love the sound. That's totally up to you. What?
Well, now I'm
Yeah.
out of range, so I'm gonna go ahead and try the arrow first. But and that goes on the board or dice tower.
Hold it. What was that attacking while out of ammo? Just a moment.
Oh, did I clear my ammo instead of fill it up?
You cleared all of your ammos. Just a moment.
Okay. Oh, I just picked up 2 dice. How do you drop these dice without rolling?
Just don't roll them in the chat window. Just throw them out nowhere.
Okay.
Don't worry. It doesn't matter whether you roll. I put all of your ammo back.
Okay. Thank you.
So, if you're going to attack, you would just do the roll, the longbow with the +3 there.
On the chat window, not the dice tower. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just throw it. Just throw it in the chat window. That's a hit. Now you can go for damage.
Oh, great.
You wounded him. You didn't do a lot of damage. You wounded him. Is that your turn?
Yes, sir.
Then hit the little black down arrow on the combat tracker, and we go to skeleton number 1. And attacks proud with a short sword. And whoops. I didn't. Wait a minute. There. Now it attacks with a short sword. Hang on. I'm going to count that attack. Just a minute. That would have been a miss. Lord Riz's move.
Did that show up? There we go. I'm casting with Witch Bolt.
Excellent. That hit.
And then I roll damage.
Wait a minute. Hold it.
Why did that?
What did that do? Just a moment. You're looking at your own sheet, right?
Yes, I'm looking at my own
On
sheet.
actions, Witch Bolt. If you hit the little arrow, there is a damage icon, little lightning bolt. Double click that. Double click that.
Not on Witch Bolt. I only have cast and attack.
If you look below cost and attack, you'll see 1d12 lightning. You don't see the damage?
Oh, there.
Are
Sorry,
you-
I had to scroll.
There
I
is-
had to scroll
double
down.
click
Sorry.
the lightning. Double click the lightning bolt. There you go. Killed it.
Nice.
Took skeleton number 1 out.
All right, and then I end my turn.
Proud.
I'm gonna do my bless spell.
Ooh, good. So you can target 3 people.
Oh.
Control, then click on their little icons. You've got Philip targeted, Lord Riz, and Roland. Now, with that spell, I'll try to help you guys a little bit. If I hit the little spyglass there, not self, you're going to want to hit the effect. Hit the effect, and that should bless all of them. That didn't quite do it. Hit the little, see where the little icon next to effect is? Where it says bless, attack 1d4? The little effect icon. Just double click
Oh,
it.
I see. I got it.
There you go. Now they all notice that they all have the effects by Proud. Now you can still move if you choose to.
I'm okay. I'm done.
Cool.
Okay.
Ask if we see another one.
Philip's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna target the 11, so I'm gonna move up.
All right, you move to there.
Target that. The
And you have number 11 targeted.
yeah. So I'm gonna just do the long sword.
Unfortunately, it missed even with the blast because you rolled really badly. You rolled a 2.
Ah.
You can use your inspiration and re-roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
So so on your character sheet, take that little black dot off of inspiration and
Yep.
roll your attack again. Now you hit
Okay.
heavy damage.
Okay. And then I'm
End your turn. There you go. Doing things in the background. Skeleton number 11 targets Philip with a short sword. Misses him.
nice.
Roland, I think you should finish off skeleton.
Why does it have me moving twice? I'm confused.
Hang on. Stand by. It's not Roland's move yet.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, Hawkeye, I assume, is not moving.
Skip.
It is now Roland's move.
Oh, now we got. Oh wait, I don't want to do that now. You revealed some skeletons.
Yeah, just a moment. Yes, I did. Here. Is that correct?
No, I don't want to do that now.
You're back.
Yeah.
All right, you can choose how you're going to move. Yeah, you're starting. Those are not skeletons. Those are zombies. Different than skeletons.
Roland, I don't know what you're wanting to do, but I'm suggesting maybe trying to get rid of skeleton 11.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out a good
By
place
the
to
way,
move.
does anybody want to use inspiration about skeletons, about what you might figure out about them?
Must we roll it into the dice tower?
Yes, roll inspiration into the dice tower.
Can we all roll it?
Sure you can. Lord Riz,
Other than
I can tell you right now, Lord Riz is going to figure it out pretty fast.
Oh, well, I didn't do it in the dice tower.
Roland doesn't have a clue. Lord Riz, it strikes you that skeletons would be particularly vulnerable to blunt weapons, like maces or warhammers and such.
Did you say susceptible to them?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna fire in a skeleton. I think.
Oh, hold on, Roland. If it's only at anything, maybe it's best to actually go for the zombie.
That skeleton is nearly dead.
Who is he? Is the skeleton gonna go next? I can't see. I have the window covered.
Oh.
Zombie 3's next.
Yeah.
What do you guys want me to target? I'll roll. rolls over here. So I can,
Because
let me see what's going on here.
Philip moves
Zombies,
before
six,
zombie
hot
11, so Philip can
Yeah.
kill zombie.
Okay.
I go for one of the others.
Okay.
And Proud, Proud has probably figured something out.
Have I? I have not.
Really? Look at your weapon.
Well, I figured out that I have a mace, so I was going
Yeah,
to use it on them.
on the skeleton. Particularly susceptible to that kind of weapon. Hit. Zombie number 22. By the way, don't let the numbers on the zombies scare you. You wounded it. The numbers it puts on them are random, so you don't automatically know how many there are.
To be honest, now you mentioned it, I'm like, sure, if there were 22 zombies, we should be worried.
Yes, you should. This zombie also attacks Philip.
Oh,
Missed. Hawkeye probably skips. Oops. I'm sorry. I did that. Let me put that back on Riz. Just a moment. It's Lord Riz's move. Now that witch bolt was a spell. You did mark a spell off, right?
Yeah, one off, I've marked it.
Yep. Yeah. You've used one of your 2 spells. Your cantrips you can cast all day long. Firebolt. Hit. Wounded it. Pretty good, too. All right, Proud.
I'm just gonna move up here close to this zombie.
The zombie or the skeleton?
I'm sorry, the skeleton. This guy over here by Philip.
Now, you need to untarget. Let me fix your targets for you. There, I untargeted everybody for you because that's a lot of work. It's easy for me to undo your targets. Now, target your skeleton. Okay, you got him. You remember how to roll attack under actions? Critical. Roll your damage. This is going to be outrageous. Oh, wait a minute. You've been rolling them in the tower. You really don't need to do that. But
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out why that didn't roll. Just double click damage. I'm going to double it. There it is. Instant death.
Nice. So does instant death mean any damage would have killed it?
No, it means it's particularly notice the damage to 16 to skeleton, and then it says vulnerable. That's because of the kind of weapon she was using against a creature that is susceptible to that kind of weapon. The amount of damage it did made it, if it was a living creature, it would not be able to recover. It's an instant death. If it was a human, it'd be like knocking their head off.
Oh, okay.
So she just totally annihilated that skeleton.
Fatality.
Yep. All right, Proud, go ahead and if you're finished, end your turn. This zombie moves up and attacks a slam attack into Proud. Missed. Philip.
okay. I'm going to go move there so I can do the flanking.
If you move there, you are going to get an attack of opportunity from zombie number 6 because you're moving out of its attack range.
Go for zombie numbers.
Well, let him decide what he's going to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you move there, that zombie number 6 is going to get a free attack at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Can you delete that move?
Well, what I'll do is I'll just Yeah, I'll just move you there, move you back there. You can still decide which. I just want to warn you that would be moving out of combat range, which means an attack of opportunity.
I'll go ahead and target 6.
Cool. Remember, the Proud is armored almost as much as you are.
Yeah.
She's pretty hard to hit.
Yeah. I'm gonna target him and then.
That is a hit.
And that's amazing.
So we have the one roller of the night. Isn't this the second time?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Now, are you going to move?
I'm
Now,
not.
on that move you were going to do, let me explain something else. You could have disengaged and then moved, but then you would not get an attack. There is a movement in a full action called disengage. So in the future, you could have moved over there by disengaging, but then you would have not have received an attack because that's a full action.
Oh, I'll go ahead and move there because at this point
No,
I can't.
you can't now. You can't now because you attacked.
Okay.
You can move there, but the zombie will get an attack at you. If
Okay.
you want to, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Go ahead and end your turn.
Yeah.
Rolling. By the way, you'll probably notice another zombie has appeared. All right, Roland. By the way, the reason you get 2 arrows is it also shows an arrow as to who you're attacking. I assume that was with a short sword.
It was.
Hit. Very good. You did that all correctly. This is great. Heavy damage. You'll notice he now has a orange icon. Zombie number 3 attacks Lord Riz. And misses. Zombie number 6 continues to attack Philip.
I feel like we're in The Walking Dead.
Misses.
Yeah.
Go ahead and flip Hawkeye's move. Every time I do it, I make a mistake. Lord Riz, it's your move. That's a slightly damaged zombie right in front of you. He did a firebolt. Hit it, too. Heavy damage to the zombie. It's really hurting now. This is something to think about. Lord Riz he's your weakest person.
Yeah, I'm terrified right now. I only have 8 hit points.
All right, is that your move? If you try to move away from that thing, it'll get a free attack.
No, I have to stay. I can't do anything.
Proud's move.
I can move over here and help you, Lord Riz.
No.
You will get an attack of opportunity from zombie number 22 if you do. That doesn't mean it doesn't mean you shouldn't. Some people decide I'll just accept that attack. It's up to you.
I guess, can you explain like the hit points to me? Like, is Lord Riz gonna die with 8 hit points?
It's possible. If he gets hit, it is possible that he could go down. You now realize he's complaining about that. Realize that you only have 2 more hit points than he does, but you are much better armored than he is.
I'll just try it. I'll move over and try it.
All right, stand by. Zombie number 22 is going to get an attack. Okay, first of all, show me your move. He's going to move to there. Zombie number 22 is going to get a free attack. Just a moment.
Proud, I'm just going to say you're a lifesaver.
And that is attacking Proud. It missed you. to move back on Proud, and now you have moved. Now you can attack.
That's zombie 3.
So you'll roll your attack roll. Hit. So now you'll double click on damage. Killed it.
Yes. Thank you, Proud.
Just a moment. Let me take. Zombie 3 is out of the equation.
I could quite literally feel myself shaking when I saw.
Zombie number 22 changes his attack from Proud to Roland and misses.
Do I, out of interest, do I have to wait for my move to send my do I have to wait for Hawkeye's move to send him over to scout?
If you plan to use your hawk, what I need you to do is open up the hawk sheet and roll its initiative.
Okay. I'm just wondering, but it looks like these are the last 3, but I'm not sure. What is the team
It is so dark, it is very difficult, especially for the way the hawk's eyes work. In the fog, it's just not good for the hawk's sight.
Okay, no problem, then leave it.
All right, Philip.
I'm gonna go ahead and target 6 again because, 22.
Yep, makes perfect sense.
Fine.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Something's wrong. You rolled something other than a 1.
Yeah, I know. It's insane.
Oh, you rolled it twice, an 11. You damaged it good. These things are tougher than the skeletons, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Zombie number 7 also targets Philip. Automatic miss.
Sweet.
Roland's move.
These zombies are terrible.
They haven't hit anything yet. They didn't even hit Lord Riz. You'd think they could hit that.
Okay, so I don't get the attack of opportunity, but I think I'm still just going to use my sword. But if I back up, I would take damage. I don't want to do that, so. There we go.
Critical. Killed it.
Yeah. Now can I move?
Yes.
Back up a notch here so I'm out of range. Hopefully.
Zombie number 6 is continuing to attack Philip. Missed. Hawkeye can now move. Nope. Okay. Lord Riz move.
I shall move over there first.
Now, what's the range on that spell?
And then it's 5 of these, right?
Oh, 120. You got plenty. If you're doing firebolt, you got all kinds of room.
I want.
I'm sorry.
Casting sleep spell. So I have to roll 5 dice.
You can, but zombies are immune to sleep. They're undead.
Okay then.
I maybe shouldn't have told you that and let you cast it, but I'm going to be a nice guy and let you know that they're immune to sleep.
Okay.
That's a hit. You killed it. Number 6 is out. Nice job, Riz.
Thank you.
Proud's move.
A diagonal from him?
If you moved past it exactly opposite of Philip, you would have a +2 on your attack.
So
You
here?
could move that far.
Make sure that's right. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
You move there. Now, in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, hit the +2 button. Have that highlighted when you do your attack.
Okay. Oh, I gotta target him.
Yeah, you got to target it.
7.
You guys are, for first-time players, by the way, you guys are doing really well. You're learning really fast. Now, notice it gave you an extra +2 on the roll. Wait a minute. It didn't show who you were. Wait a minute. It doesn't show you who you were attacking. Oh, yeah, it does. Hit. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. That did not make sense to me. Stand by just a minute.
Okay.
You should have gotten a +4 on that roll. Did you double-click the dice next to your mace?
Maybe. I don't know.
Open your character sheet. Go to actions.
Okay.
You see the line that says mace?
Yeah.
And see the die with a +4?
Uh-huh.
Double-click that.
That's what I thought I did.
Okay. Why didn't it give you the +2? It did. You did it correctly. I just saw it wrong. I'm going to take the first one because it gave you the 5 +6, and it was because it was +6 because you had the +2. Okay, no, it was my own. You did everything correctly. So now you can just double-click the damage.
Okay.
And you'll notice that zombies are not susceptible as the skeletons are. In other words, it damages normal. And now Philip is not the only one that rolled a 1.
Yay.
Okay, so if you're finished with your move, click the little end turn. Now, Philip, you get to click on the +2 this time for your attack.
All right.
So make sure you have the +2 on there.
Yep.
Boom. That was a hit. Look at that roll.
Finally.
Oh, you've been hitting most every time, and you've been rolling a 1 almost every time. I don't assume you're going to move. You're in a perfect position.
Yeah, no, I'm just shocked with how bad the roll
Bad
was.
your damage rolls, yeah. The zombie attacks and misses. All right, Roland.
Roland, you lined up.
I'm ready. That's my third natural 20.
Wow. Heavy. Notice it doubled your damage.
Yeah.
Some people have good rolls in this party.
All right, go ahead and flip off of Hawk. Your move, Riz. Killed it.
Yay.
Riz has been the slayer tonight.
Yeah.
See, Duata operates on no sleep.
Yes, you can. I've been teasing him all day about not getting any sleep tonight. All right. It's very foggy early in the morning. Piter and Betsy are hiding down in the cellar. It's still foggy.
Do we want to look around to see if there's anybody hurt that we need to help?
Yeah.
Can I cast a spell with? It's not like a damage spell on the tree. It's my light.
You want to cast some light on the tree? You can do that.
Because it says here, touch an object.
Correct.
Not further than 10 feet, and until the spell ends, it'll bright light for 20-foot radius and a dim light for additional 20 feet.
Correct.
Alright.
So you're going to cast a cantrip of light on the tree.
Must I just cast effect or?
Oh, it doesn't. No, you just telling me is enough. The tree lights up. But if you guys have ever driven with headlights in the fog, it doesn't help that much. It's brighter fog around that tree now.
Do we want to go in and tell them it's safe, or do we want to look around the city for other people to help?
I say we look around because we don't know if there may be somebody.
Yeah. Let's look around.
There are noises you hear down the road and up to the north. I'm going to switch maps. Stand by.
All right.
You can hear some zombie noises to the north. It's hard for you. You don't see your normal distance, though, because of the terrible fog.
Are we still in the town, or do we exit
Yes,
town?
you're definitely in town. These are buildings to your right and left that you can see. You're on the path going up north toward the town center, back where you met Harlin originally.
Can you move us all in our current formation? Just move us up slowly.
I'll
we not wanna-
I'll
do
let
we
you
not
guys
wanna make
decide.
it
You are still under initiative.
Out of interest, guys, do we maybe want to form our attack formation?
I'll let you guys adjust yourself one time before we go any further first. If you guys want to change the way you're set up.
Like how we have our marching formation?
Yeah,
can do
like
that
a
if you
marching
want.
formation.
You want me to set you up like that?
Well, I was thinking maybe a little bit different, but it's just a suggestion. If Proud and Philip move with 2 blocks in between them on either side of the road, and myself and Roland go past so that we get clear shots.
Hang on.
Because with the fog, we can't see very clearly.
There's marching formation.
That's fine. Let's just keep moving up towards the noise right
Yeah,
now.
let's just keep
Yeah.
moving.
And we'll keep the tanks
Okay.
in front. Keep you two armored people in front, and me and
I'm going to put you in the first position where you're going to see something.
Perfect.
Oh, there it is. I was like, am I supposed to be seeing something?
Do you? Remember, you can scroll that map a little bit, or you can use your mouse wheel and make it larger or smaller, whatever you want.
Gotcha.
All right, Lord Riz, you have him targeted. You hit him. Man, you're hitting with that spell a lot. My goodness, you hit him hard, too.
Alright.
Proud's move.
So your vision we had is what we're experiencing right now.
Yes, I think so. I also read it and I think it's exact.
What do we think it means by the 3 rings? The 3 circular black rings, they slowly converge. As they meet in the middle, where they overlap, there is less than nothing.
I actually have no idea. We might find that they're of bandits, I'm not sure.
Okay.
By the way, from a DM's perspective, these are my favorite conversations, is listening to you guys discuss this. I love this.
Oh, we should probably
What does that mean? What does this mean? I love it.
just go ahead and dispatch these zombies, I think, and maybe we'll find a little girl crying or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Dwight, I'm just rolling this into the tower for you.
What is that? Oh. What's that for? Oh, initiative. That's fine. Actually, what you do... Oh. Yep, he has the initiative. You're fine. You don't have to roll those in the tower. Initiative rolls. You've just put him in the order. He'll go after Philip.
Is this zombie already heavily damaged?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Somebody else has been
Notice how the dot is yellow? Lord Riz damaged him pretty good.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. I forgot you fired your bolt. So...
Proud's move.
Proud, okay.
Can I go ahead with mine?
Sure. It's your move. I forgot to lock
I was
tempo.
gonna say, was I supposed to do that?
No, you're fine. I would have approved that move. I've now locked the tokens. You're fine.
Okay.
So you move to there. You targeted him. You hit him. And you damaged it. That was good.
Oh, I'm done.
Notice that the icon on it is now red. Attacks you back and misses.
Harlan.
Philip's move.
Yeah, I
Harlan's
was
fine.
looking at.
You're not close enough to see that yet.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have made him invisible.
All right. Yeah, I'll just move like here. I can't get to the point where it's.
That's correct. Very good, by the way, Chris. Very good that you figured out that you couldn't quite get that far.
And then just go with the, basic long.
Your attack,
Ah!
auto miss. Roll the 1. It's what you do.
What is with me tonight?
That's okay. Let's get all the bad rolls out on a battle like this. Go ahead and end your turn.
Yep.
Do you want Hawkeye to move?
Yes, onto the roof there.
Excellent. Stand by just a minute. That may change things.
Alright, that'll be the move.
Roland's move.
All right.
I'm just going AFK for 2 seconds. I think the bathroom.
Of course. As long as it's not for a cigarette. Really tease him. I vape, guys. Yes, and I know all about the news, but I vape anyway. And I happen to know the Lord Riz smokes. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm having a blast. You guys are really learning the game. I'm having to tell you less and less. You're making your moves. Wow. Roland, what is with you with that?
I don't know. Oh, that my
Why
damage
do
is
I
double.
get such bad rolls?
But wait a minute. He picked up on, even though he did kill it, look how bad his critical hit was.
I'm just helping everybody out tonight.
Twin ones.
I knew it didn't take much to finish him off,
Yeah, is that what it was? No, this has been great.
So were you a long-time smoker? Is that why you switched to vaping?
Yes.
Okay.
And you know what? I enjoy the action and of it. And I belong to a huge community of vapors. There's like thousands of us. We have doctors and scientists and lawyers and politicians that have told us the funniest stories. But yeah, I'm aware of the dangers and so forth. And let me tell you, it's a whole lot better for you than smoking. It really is. You just have to not. All the people that have been hurt lately, by the way, have been smoking some of the newer THC stuff when marijuana became legal. And they put some stuff in there that they should not have put in, that we are aware of. Like, I never use vaping juice out of China, ever. All right, Riz, you made your move? Wow, you have been just hitting nonstop with those. 1 minute.
I'm picturing you sitting there smoking out of a pipe with your vapor. You use a pipe.
No. You would. I'll show you a picture of you, but I do.
I'm picturing Dwight.
It is a stainless steel device. My wife does also, by the way. It's a stainless steel device, and it's just tobacco flavor with menthol. That's all it is. Okay, Proud.
Okay.
It's a shame you can't move that far, huh? Can
I was
you?
gonna say, how far am I allowed to move?
You have a speed of 30. Each square is 5.
Proud of
You can only get 2/3 of the way there. You can't get close enough. It's too bad because you could probably annihilate it if you could get close enough to it.
I have a crossbow.
That's true.
What is its distance? How do I tell that?
Okay, look under actions.
Yeah.
And if you see your crossbow light, you see the little eye icon. If you click on that, it'll show your crossbow range. In other words, if you're within 80 feet, you have no problems. If you're between 80 and 320, you have a disadvantage.
My first move. Can I move?
It is 65 feet away from you.
I'm gonna move closer to it.
That makes tremendous sense to me. Now, are you going to fire your crossbow? Excellent. Get him targeted. There you go. You got him. You're ready. Unfortunately, it missed.
Oh. Okay.
Your move, Philip.
Well, I'm gonna move there, and I have a throwable dagger, right?
Wow, I think you do.
Yeah.
I thought about that, but yes, you do have a dagger. And remember to use the throw one. It's the same, but still.
Yeah.
The one with the little arrow going over.
Mm-hmm.
You hit it.
Finally.
Heavy damage.
We've learned you better when you throw your knives at them.
Maybe I
instead
should
of try
just
hit
throw my
them with
sword.
it.
You know, maybe that will make my life.
Yeah, boy, that's really a bad idea. All right, go ahead and end your turn.
Yeah.
Skeleton number 1. Here he comes. He targets Philip.
Oh.
They always go for Philip, and they misses.
Yeah.
Hawkeye. What do you want Hawkeye to do? Stand by. This changes things.
Alright, that's good enough.
All right. Just a moment. Hold it. Rolling. Is that where you're moving?
Yes, sir.
What are you targeting?
The skeleton. Well, actually, skeleton just went, didn't he?
The skeletons is really hurt and it has 2 people on him. We're pretty close to him.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's totally up to you.
Untargeted.
Now, hang on. Let me clear the skeleton. You still got the skeleton targeted as well.
I
Okay,
got
there
it.
you go. You fixed it. You fixed it. Good. You guys are really impressing me for having played for 2 weeks and being fresh players. You guys are doing really good. Are you starting to see the power of your bless spell, Proud?
Yeah.
4-sided die on all of their attacks. Heavy damage.
The big bonus.
It is a big bonus. It's going to be wearing off here pretty quick, though. Lord Riz, move. Is that still your move?
Yep.
Hit. I've never seen that spell miss. Damaged him. Oh, you hit the zombie. Smart. Proud.
Is this giving him an opportunity to hit me if I move past him?
No. If you move, it depends on how far you move past him. No. That will not give him an opportunity. If you moved 1 more space, it would. Now, if you're going to attack that skeleton, make sure you click on that little +2 down there before you do your attack.
Okay.
That's, by the way, house rules. That's not really 5th edition rules. It's my own rules. That's a hit. And took it out.
Nice, well done.
Cloud is really good against skeletons with that weapon of hers. Philip.
All right. Okay, I can move right up.
Yes, you can.
So, yeah, just normal longsword.
Good hit. Come on now. Better than one. There you go. Killed it.
Oh, I'm just, maybe my luck's like like it's coming back,
Maybe. Hawkeye moving.
Yep. Yep.
Just a moment.
Ah, there's old Harlin.
As you approach, you recognize him as Harlin Peetsome in tatters. His tatters in his robes reveal that he's wearing chainmail underneath it. He's yelling, "By the gods, I swear I just killed old Matson again, the old magistrate before me. They're coming across the bridge." You can see Harlan fighting like a madman against a zombie right in front of him. Wait a minute. You can see one more thing. There we go. All right. That was Hawk's move. Just a moment. Zombie number 15 attacks Harlan. Misses him. Rolling. Right, you can move 35. Now your bow has a longer range.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a miss.
I'm rolling Chris's ones for him. Now.
Yeah. I just pushed my bad luck onto you.
Lord Riz's move. That's right, your firebolt has an insane range.
Yeah.
Really, it's the best range in a spell I've ever seen. Unfortunately, you missed, though. Proud. Ooh, very good. 30 feet exactly. Hit. Boy, you guys are just not missing tonight. Wounded it.
Is that a tower to my right?
Yes, it is.
How much movement would it take for me to get to the top of that?
You would have to go inside the building, which the door is way around the front.
Ah, okay.
Unless you were going to try to climb the outside of it.
I don't know if that's worth it. We're making pretty quick work of these guys.
Harlan is targeting the zombie directly in front of him. Attacking with a longsword. Hits it. Wounds it. Philip.
All right. Can I do that
Yes, you can.
without him attacking me?
Correct. Now, if you
Okay.
moved a step further to the north, he would get a free attack because you would move through it. But you didn't move out of his attack range, so you can do that. That'll give you the +2 on the attack.
Yep.
You didn't have him targeted.
Oh, that would be useful.
There,
You
roll
got
it
such a
again.
good roll as well.
Much
Okay.
worse roll, but it still hit. Killed it.
Nice.
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 Hey, there's something wrong. Philip is doing damage. Hawkeye moves.
Yes.
Oh, checking the move. Okay, so it's in the air. Now, Lord Riz, there's some mistake I've been making here. Are you going to be looking through the eyes of the hawk?
Well, I'm using it to do that for us. That's it.
If you're not looking through the eyes of the hawk, then you wouldn't see what it sees. That's a mistake I've been making that I'm going to correct myself now.
Okay, well then I'll undo that move.
Okay, I'm going to put it back.
Yeah.
I just realized that I'm sort of making a mistake here. That if you're going to look through the eyes of the hawk,
But a question: if I'm looking through its eyes, okay, does it move, or can I just during its move?
well, for your next move, I wouldn't allow you to cast a spell or move.
Okay, well never mind. Yeah.
It's probably not a good idea during battle to do that. It's okay. I'm not used to this either. I'm sort of getting used to the whole thing. We'll just correct it from here. Okay. Where'd you go, Riz? You're missing. Oh, you were going to move, weren't you? There you go.
No,
No, it's a zombie's turn right now.
Oh.
It was his hawk.
Oh,
right?
I'm sorry. That's what's going on. Zombie number 15 attacks Harlin. Misses him. Rolling. Hits.
There we go.
Kills it. And you can still move.
I already did. You move me.
Oh, okay. Very good. Attacks Roland. Misses. Lord Riz.
I don't think
I
you've got a
see your
hit
move.
tonight.
I haven't. That's okay. Move there. Okay. Yeah, the creatures haven't been hitting for beans. Now, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Heavy damage. Very good. Proud. Oh, Proud smells skeleton. Oh!
Oh,
Arlen moves to here, and because Proud's on the other side, Harlan is going to get a +2 to his attack. Hits. Takes the skeleton out.
Nice.
Harlan shouts at you, "There's more coming across the bridge." Philip, it's your move.
okay. Just gonna move there, waiting for them to cross.
All right, hang on. That's going to show you a little more.
But at this point, I can't really do much, right?
It's up to you if you do anything else. You moved. You still have an attack,
Yeah.
but probably can't do much because your dagger's back behind you.
Yeah. Ended my turn.
Okay. Just a moment.
I'm looking through its eyes, so I'm not using
You
my.
are going. So you're going to skip your turn and look through its eyes.
I'm gonna skip.
Stand by. That makes sense. All right. Go to zone. Okay. Go to the next. Go ahead and end Hawkeye's turn.
Uh,
Rolling. Missed.
Not a good roll.
Lord Riz, you're skipping. Proud's move. You mean to be here? Which way? Where did you mean to be?
Right in front of Roland.
Got it.
Thanks.
Now, are you attacking with your crossbow?
Yeah. That was my plan.
That makes sense. I'm just assuming. Missed it, unfortunately. Harlan strides forward. And attacks the skeleton. Misses it, though.
We all missed.
Philip.
I'll move there so I can get the advantage.
Yes, you will. That will give you the +2.
Yeah.
Now make sure you target it first.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Critical.
Yes.
Just
Finally.
roll your damage. Heavy damage.
Nice.
That was good. That was good.
Very nice.
All right.
It targets Philip. And automatic miss. Do you want the bird to move?
no, you can skip.
All right, so it's hovering.
Yeah.
The zombie is attacking, and it gets a +2 against Philip. You understand why it gets the +2?
Yeah, flanking, right?
One on each side.
Yeah.
Hits.
Oh, no.
Heavy damage to Philip. Rolling.
Do the old short sword. Ah,
Missed.
I missed with the old short sword. Now, Philip, you still have a healing potion.
Yeah. Can't use it till my turn though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or can you use it at any time?
Hit. Wow. Heavy damage. That was a good hit.
You're on fire, Lord Riz. Pun intended.
Lord Riz has been on fire all night.
Thank you.
Attacking Philip.
I'm gonna literally just. I'm gonna die.
Missed.
Oh.
Never
Proud.
mind. I'm great.
Would my shield of faith help Philip?
Yes, it would. It would protect him more, but what is flanking him is a skeleton. So it's a choice. You could do Shield of Faith, or you might be able to just take out the thing that's attacking him. It's your choice.
Okay.
I'm not telling you which one you should do.
Philip, you need to drink that potion when it comes to you.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you have a plan.
Okay, wait a minute. You untargeted it. Retarget it. Number 6.
Sure.
There you go. You got it. Oh, it was a miss. Do you want to use your inspiration and roll that again?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I marked off your inspiration for you, and you can just do the attack again. Hit.
Nice.
Vulnerable. Took it out. So part of the threat against Philip being flanked is over. Harlin moves. Harlin is not all that bright. He doesn't know about flanking. He doesn't know. But he attacks and misses. Your move, Philip.
I'm gonna like back up a tiny bit.
Oh,
And if you do that, that zombie will get an attack of opportunity at you.
So I'm not gonna
You
back
have-
up at all.
Okay?
I'm gonna drink the potion of healing.
Okay?
How do
So-
I do that?
Just a moment. Let's go to your inventory.
I have my inventory open and I'm looking at it.
All right, hang on just a moment. Go. You're talking about the regular potion of healing, is that right?
Yeah.
So if you hit the... Okay, so what that'll do will give you 2d4 plus 2 hit points. So you're going to pick up the 4-sided die, and then while you're holding it with the left-hand button, you're going to right-click so you see 2 of them.
Okay.
Now go ahead and throw those into the chat window. So that gave 5, and that's going to be a total of 7 points you're going to gain back, which is everything. You are now fully healthy. Now, that was your action. You could still move, but I doubt if you'll want to.
I'm not going to.
All right.
So, turn's complete.
Is the hawk moving?
No.
Zombie number 12 attacks Philip. Misses him. Roland. Yes, you can make that move,
oh my god, I missed 3 times in a row.
but you missed. You should probably wait till I do your physical move first, but yes. Lord Riz. Hits it. The zombie. Takes it out.
Nice.
Thank you.
Skeleton number 11, still attacking Philip. Hit him. Wounded him. Cloud's move. Are you sure? What if you moved opposite Harland? What if you moved
What does that do?
here? Is what I'm suggesting you do.
Oh, okay.
Now you are opposite Harlan, which, oh yeah, he's a character, so you're now opposite Harlan. You'll get a +2.
Okay.
Now, I'm
Cool.
not going to, in the future, I'm not going to do this, but like I said, since we're learning the game, I want you to see what you could have done.
Okay.
So that'll give you you'll get to click the little +2 and then do your normal attack. That was a hit. Now that was heavy damage. It's oh wait a minute. What no, it's vulnerable. That did heavy damage. Harlan's attack. Harlan hits it. Harlan destroys it. I just killed old Matson again, the old magistrate before me. He died years ago. Sure, no other undead are around. He said he's going to want to check out the graveyard come daylight, only an hour away. Harlin sees a young boy about 14 years old hiding amongst some barrels nearby. He says, "You, by the barrels, get up in the bell tower, safer up there, and warn us with the bell if you see any more approach. There's a gold piece in it for you, lad." The boy goes into the office and can soon be seen peering toward the bridge from the bell tower. The fog is slowly starting to lift. What do you guys want to do?
We should go investigate the graveyard.
Yeah, let's go investigate the graveyard. I want to try figure.
Harlan, after checking around town a little bit, he wants to go with you if you don't mind.
I want to try to figure out what the second vision was, because it literally is what happened in a sense. But the three circles or three
Well,
rings.
you guys have time to discuss that.
I'm fine with going to the graveyard, and I think it's fine that Harlem goes with us.
Yeah.
Well, Harlan's all freaked out that one of the zombies that he killed earlier was the magistrate that he had replaced years ago.
It makes sense if they're coming out of the graveyard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stand by just a moment. Oh, he also says, "I swear I saw a flying kobold hovering across the river when this started, but it was just watching. They best believe me this time."
Cobalt summoning the undead to attack the town, maybe?
Maybe now he believes the fisherman's story.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just there we go. You guys see the graveyard?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Over Castor River, a rather pretty serene on a peaceful hill in the early morning hours. Nothing really looks disturbed. Harlan strides forward. He says, "Right over here is where we buried old Matson years ago." He walks up to a rather newish-looking headstone. Harlan suddenly disappears in a cloud of dirt.
What?
Can we
I think you just
An
found the grave.
oblong hole appears in the ground where Harlan stepped. Harlan fell about 9 feet, fortunately falling onto soft ground that has been recently dug under the grave. He is in the ground, coughing and sputtering.
Can we dig him out?
Oh, he's not very far down. Just a moment. You will in just a moment. The commotion starts a chain reaction. Other holes start forming around the cemetery. I'm going to switch maps on you. Stand by.
Hawkeye hasn't spotted anything according to the map, so
Harlan is in a hole in the ground, Terry. The commotion started a collapse of the ground all over the place. Harlan's climbing out. It's not very deep. He's starting to climb out of the hole that he's in. Says, "Good grief!" He says,
Can we investigate the area? Do like a perception?
"Sure."
yeah, I'll roll perception on Hawk.
You guys can sort of tell that the hole, it's like a tunnel that has been, in fact, you can see it here on the map. A tunnel has been dug around all the headstones, and all the caskets are missing.
Why did that do that? That rolled Hawkeye twice. I was meant to roll me. Why does it keep rolling Hawkeye? I'm rolling.
I don't. Do you have your own character sheet up?
Yeah, I'm pulling off my own character sheet.
Tell you what we're going to do. There's your hawk.
Okay.
I'll put him here for now. We're going to take him out of the combat tracker. That wasn't working too well. I didn't like the way that was working anyway. Okay, there'll be less confusion between them now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you see is there's some kind of a tunnel that's been dug around all the headstones, and all the caskets are missing.
Couldn't someone?
Harlin has climbed back out now.
Couldn't someone
And this
cast
tunnel
detect?
leads off to the side over here.
Yes, it appears to.
I think we should go down the
Somebody
tunnel.
would have to crawl down there and follow it.
Can somebody cast the detect evil spell or whatever it was?
Looking now.
Or Lord Rose, whatever. Mine is presence of strong evil registers on me.
I think it might be smart to
I
cast
think
that.
type magic.
No, I'm sorry, to read it as a ritual would take her about 30 minutes. Not that you're necessarily in a rush right now, but
I'm assuming it's quite dark in the tunnel.
not real dark because there's a whole lot of holes going to the roof, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Fairly bright down there.
So one of us just needs to decide to go into the tunnel.
Well, should I cast divine sense or anything?
It's up to you.
All right, how do I cast it?
Tell me what you're trying to do.
I want to
You're
be able to cast divine sense on me so I can
Well-
detect.
That would give you the location of celestial, fiend, or undead. That is true. Divine sense would let you know if there were any undead in the area. So
Right.
do you want to cast it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
All right, so I assume you're going to cast that as I'm sorry, that is a paladin of power, so that's something you could do. I think we figured out it was 2 or 3 times. You don't detect any undead in the area right now.
All right.
I think we should go down the tunnel. But, I feel like that's the smart
By the
move.
way, just a reminder to everybody, Philip is slightly hurt. More than half his hit points, but he's slightly.
Caster Hill or
As a ritual, yes, she could. Hang on, let's take a look at her spells. Can she cast that
I
as a
have a
ritual?
cure wounds.
You could cast Cure
Yeah.
Wounds. That would take a spell slot. It would be the last of your spells until you do a long rest.
is one of your rituals? Does it heal? Crowd or something that does take a spell?
Dying. But you have to have 0 hit points.
Yeah.
And I have a mending, which is for objects, for chains and keys and cloaks
Right.
and stuff.
She could
And
cure
then
wounds.
guidance.
I don't think it would hurt to go ahead and cure then, because you're down 5, right, Philip?
Yeah.
You are. So, oops, I didn't mean to cross that. What you would do is target Philip. And then if you do casting on, you're not casting, then just hit the little plus heal button and it'll automatically roll for you. You just completely cured him.
Sweet.
All right, you guys, we're going to pause the game here for just a minute. It is 7:53 p.m. and everybody has just achieved level 2. You have completed the first portion of the Ashter campaign.